Hello everyone, and welcome back to Chill English Channel. We're so happy you're here with us today.
Hi everyone! Whether you're relaxing at home, commuting to work, taking a walk, studying English, or getting ready to sleep, thank you for spending this time with us.
I'm Sophia.
And I'm Jake.
Today we're going to talk about something that many people experience at different points in life.
That's right. Today's topic is the art of starting over.
Starting over can feel exciting.
It can also feel frightening.
Sometimes people choose to start over.
And sometimes life chooses for them.
A new job.
A new city.
A new relationship.
A new goal.
Or even a completely new chapter in life.
Almost everyone experiences a fresh start at some point.
And learning how to begin again is one of the most valuable skills a person can develop.
Definitely.
For English learners, today's topic is also wonderful because we'll learn useful vocabulary related to change, growth, courage, and personal development.
Plus, these are words and expressions that native speakers use in everyday conversations.
Before we begin, if you enjoy learning English through calm and meaningful conversations like this, please subscribe to Chill English Channel.
Your support helps us continue creating peaceful English lessons for learners around the world.
All right, Jake, let me ask you something.
Sure.
Have you ever had to start over?
Oh, many times.
Really?
Absolutely.
What comes to mind first?
Well, changing careers was a big one for me.
That sounds challenging.
It was.
Why?
Because when you start over, you often leave behind something familiar.
Familiar is a useful vocabulary word.
Yes, familiar means well-known or comfortable because you've experienced it before.
For example, this neighborhood feels familiar.
Or, I prefer familiar routines.
Most people enjoy familiar things.
That's true.
Familiar places.
Familiar people.
Familiar habits.
Familiar routines.
Starting over often requires stepping away from those things.
And that's one reason why change can feel uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable is another important word.
Uncomfortable means causing feelings of unease or discomfort.
For example, I felt uncomfortable on my first day.
Or, trying something new can feel uncomfortable.
I think many people avoid starting over because they fear uncertainty.
That's a very common reason.
Uncertainty is a word we hear often in English.
Yes, uncertainty means not knowing what will happen in the future.
For example, there is a lot of uncertainty right now.
Or, she struggled with uncertainty before making her decision.
Humans naturally want certainty.
We want to know what's coming next.
We want guarantees.
We want predictable outcomes.
But life rarely provides complete certainty.
That's true.
In fact, many of life's greatest opportunities arrive disguised as uncertainty.
That's a beautiful way to put it.
Think about it.
Every new beginning contains uncertainty.
Starting a business.
Learning a language.
Moving to another country.
Meeting new people.
None of these come with guarantees.
Yet they often lead to incredible growth.
Growth is another important word.
Growth means development, improvement, or positive change over time.
For example, personal growth often requires discomfort.
Or, learning English is a journey of growth.
That's something many people forget.
What do you mean?
They want growth without discomfort.
Ah, yes.
They want change without uncertainty.
They want results without risk.
But that's rarely how life works.
Most meaningful changes require courage.
Courage is one of my favorite words.
Mine too.
Courage doesn't mean you're not afraid.
That's an important point.
Courage means taking action even when fear exists.
For example, it took courage to start over.
Or, she showed courage by pursuing her dream.
Many people think confidence comes before action.
But often confidence comes after action.
Exactly.
Confidence grows when we survive experiences that once scared us.
That's a powerful lesson.
Let's teach our listeners a useful sentence pattern.
Good idea.
You can say,
I'm learning to embrace change.
That's a very natural expression.
For example, I'm learning to embrace change in my life.
Or, I'm learning to embrace new opportunities.
Embrace is a wonderful vocabulary word.
Yes, embrace means to accept something willingly and positively.
For example, she embraced her new beginning.
Or, he learned to embrace uncertainty.
I think that's one of the secrets of starting over.
Learning to embrace uncertainty?
Exactly.
Because uncertainty isn't always the enemy.
Sometimes uncertainty is simply possibility in disguise.
That's beautiful.
Every future success was once uncertain.
Every friendship,
Every achievement.
every dream.
Everything begins as an unknown possibility.
Another challenge people face when starting over is leaving the past behind.
That's true.
Many people carry old disappointments into new chapters.
Disappointment is another useful word.
Disappointment is the feeling you experience when something doesn't happen the way you hoped.
For example, I felt disappointed when my plans failed.
Or, he struggled to move past his disappointment.
Sometimes disappointment can become a heavy burden.
Burden is an excellent word.
A burden is something difficult or heavy that you carry, emotionally or physically.
For example, she carried the burden of regret for years.
Or, learning to let go removed a heavy burden,
When people start over, they often need to let go of certain burdens,
such as regret,
such as old mistakes,
such as unrealistic expectations.
such as fear of failure,
Failure is something many people worry about.
especially when beginning something new.
Why do you think that is?
Because starting over often puts us in the position of being beginners again.
And being a beginner can feel uncomfortable.
Very uncomfortable sometimes.
Suddenly, we're not experts anymore.
We don't have all the answers.
We make mistakes.
We learn slowly.
We feel uncertain.
But that's actually where growth begins.
Beginner is a wonderful word to think about,
Why?
because every expert was once a beginner.
That's absolutely true.
Every fluent English speaker was once learning basic vocabulary.
Every successful business owner was once inexperienced.
Every skilled musician once played their first note.
Every journey starts somewhere.
Let's teach another useful sentence pattern.
You can say, I'm giving myself permission to start again.
That's a powerful sentence.
For example, I'm giving myself permission to start again after failure.
Or, I'm giving myself permission to learn at my own pace.
Native speakers often use expressions like this when practicing self-compassion.
Self-compassion is something many people need more of.
Definitely.
Self-compassion means treating yourself with kindness during difficult moments,
Instead of criticizing yourself constantly.
instead of expecting perfection.
Instead of comparing yourself to everyone else.
Comparison is one of the biggest obstacles to new beginnings.
That's so true.
People compare their first chapter to someone else's 20th chapter.
Which is never fair.
Everyone has a different journey.
Everyone has a different timeline.
Everyone learns at a different pace.
That's why patience matters so much.
Patience is another important quality.
Patience means accepting that some things take time.
For example, building confidence requires patience.
Or, personal growth is a process that requires patience.
Starting over isn't about becoming successful overnight.
It's about taking the first step,
Then the second step,
then the third,
one day at a time,
one choice at a time.
one opportunity at a time.
Because every new beginning starts with a simple decision.
The decision to believe that a different future is possible.
And sometimes that single decision changes everything.
Earlier, we talked about uncertainty, courage, patience, self-compassion, and the challenges that come with starting over.
And one thing becomes very clear when we look at all of those ideas together.
What's that?
Starting over is rarely just about changing your circumstances.
That's interesting.
It's often about changing the way you see yourself.
I think that's something many people don't realize.
They think a fresh start is only external,
A new job,
a new home,
a new routine.
A new environment.
But real transformation usually happens internally.
Exactly.
Internal is a useful vocabulary word.
Internal means happening inside a person rather than outside.
For example, real confidence comes from internal growth.
Or, she experienced a major internal change.
When people begin a new chapter, they often discover parts of themselves they never knew existed.
That's one of the most beautiful things about growth.
Sometimes challenges reveal strengths we didn't know we had.
Sometimes difficulties reveal resilience.
Resilience is one of the most important qualities in life.
Definitely.
Resilience means the ability to recover from setbacks and continue moving forward.
For example, he showed remarkable resilience after losing his job.
Or, resilience helped her overcome many challenges.
The interesting thing about resilience is that it usually develops during difficult times.
Not easy times.
Exactly.
Nobody develops resilience when everything is perfect.
Resilience grows when life becomes difficult,
When plans fall apart.
when expectations aren't met.
When things don't go the way we hoped.
And that's often when people are forced to start over.
Forced is an interesting word here.
Yes.
Sometimes people choose change.
Other times, change chooses them.
A company closes.
A relationship ends.
A dream changes.
An unexpected challenge appears.
Suddenly, the future looks different than they imagined.
And that can feel frightening.
Very frightening.
Because humans become attached to plans.
Attached is another useful vocabulary word.
Attached means emotionally connected to something.
For example, he became attached to his routine.
Or, many people become attached to their expectations.
Expectations can be helpful,
But they can also create suffering.
especially when reality turns out differently.
Exactly.
One lesson that many people learn later in life is that flexibility is valuable.
Very valuable.
Flexibility doesn't mean giving up.
It means adapting.
Adapt is an excellent vocabulary word.
Adapt means to adjust to new conditions or situations.
For example, we must adapt to change.
Or, she adapted quickly to her new environment.
Adaptability is actually one of the greatest strengths a person can develop,
I agree.
because life is constantly changing.
New opportunities appear.
New challenges appear.
Circumstances change.
People change.
Goals change.
The people who thrive are often the people who learn to adapt.
Thrive is a wonderful word.
Thrive means to grow, succeed, and do well.
For example, children thrive in supportive environments.
Or, she learned how to thrive after moving abroad.
Let's teach our listeners a useful sentence pattern.
Good idea.
You can say, I'm learning to adapt to change.
That's a very natural expression.
For example, I'm learning to adapt to new challenges.
Or, I'm learning to adapt to a different lifestyle.
Native speakers often use expressions like this during major transitions.
Transition is another useful word.
A transition is the process of changing from one state or situation to another.
For example, moving to a new city was a difficult transition.
Or, the transition took longer than expected.
Most transitions take time.
More time than people expect.
That's important because many people become discouraged too quickly.
They expect immediate comfort,
Immediate confidence.
immediate success.
Immediate clarity.
But life often unfolds gradually.
Gradually is a useful word.
Gradually means slowly over a period of time.
For example, my confidence improved gradually.
Or, the situation gradually became easier.
I think many people underestimate the power of gradual improvement.
Absolutely.
Small improvements seem insignificant at first.
But over time, they become extraordinary.
One small step every day may not feel impressive.
But after a year, those small steps can completely change your life.
That's why consistency matters so much.
Consistency is often more important than intensity.
That's a powerful statement.
Some people work very hard for 1 week.
Then stop completely.
Others make small efforts every day.
And eventually achieve remarkable results.
Remarkable means worthy of attention or extraordinary.
For example, her progress was remarkable.
Or, consistent effort produced remarkable results.
Another challenge people face when starting over is identity.
That's a deep topic.
Identity refers to how we see ourselves.
The story we tell ourselves about who we are.
Exactly. Sometimes starting over requires letting go of an old identity.
That can be difficult.
Very difficult. Imagine someone who spent 20 years in one profession.
Then decides to change careers.
They're not just learning new skills.
They're also redefining themselves.
Redefining is a powerful concept,
It means creating a new understanding of something.
including yourself.
Exactly.
Sometimes people believe they must stay the same forever.
But human beings are constantly evolving.
Evolving is another excellent word.
Evolving means gradually developing or changing over time.
For example, my goals have evolved over the years.
Or, people continue evolving throughout life.
That's actually a comforting thought,
Why?
because it means we're not trapped by our past.
That's true.
We can learn.
We can grow.
We can change.
We can become something new.
Many people are afraid that starting over means admitting failure.
But I don't think that's true.
Neither do I.
Sometimes starting over is actually an act of wisdom.
Wisdom is a beautiful word.
Wisdom means the ability to make good decisions based on knowledge and experience.
For example, age often brings wisdom.
Or, she made a wise decision after careful reflection.
Reflection is another useful word.
Reflection means serious thought about something.
For example, after much reflection, he decided to make a change.
Or, reflection helped her understand what she truly wanted.
Sometimes people stay in situations that no longer serve them
Because they're afraid of change.
because they're afraid of uncertainty.
Because they're afraid of beginning again.
But staying somewhere that makes you unhappy can also have a cost.
That's true.
Every choice has a cost.
Every path requires courage.
The question is whether the path leads toward growth.
That's what matters most.
Let's introduce another useful sentence pattern.
You can say, I'm creating a new chapter in my life.
That's a beautiful expression.
For example, I'm creating a new chapter in my career.
Or, I'm creating a new chapter after a difficult period.
Native speakers often use the idea of chapters when talking about life.
Because life is constantly changing.
New chapters begin.
Old chapters end.
Some chapters are joyful.
Some are challenging.
Some are full of uncertainty.
Some are full of growth.
But every chapter teaches something valuable.
And perhaps that's one of the greatest lessons about starting over. Every ending contains the possibility of a new beginning.
And every new beginning offers a chance to discover strengths, dreams, and possibilities that were invisible before.
Sometimes the life we build after starting over becomes even more meaningful than the life we originally imagined. But it should be balanced with gratitude.
Gratitude is one of my favorite words.
Mine too.
Gratitude means appreciation for the good things in life.
For example, I feel gratitude for the opportunities I've received.
Or, practicing gratitude improved her outlook on life.
Outlook is another useful word.
Outlook means the way a person views life or the future.
For example, he has a positive outlook.
Or, her outlook changed after the experience.
Starting over often becomes easier when people appreciate how much they've already learned.
Because every experience teaches something.
Even the painful ones.
Especially the painful ones sometimes.
Life has a way of teaching lessons we never expected.
Lessons about patience.
Lessons about courage.
Lessons about resilience.
Lessons about ourselves.
One thing I've noticed is that many people underestimate their own strength.
I completely agree.
They've survived difficult seasons before.
They've overcome challenges before.
They've adapted before.
Yet when a new challenge appears, they forget all of that.
That's why reflection is so important.
Looking back reminds us of what we've already overcome.
And those memories create confidence.
not arrogance.
Confidence.
There's a difference.
Confidence is trust in your ability to handle challenges.
Even when the outcome is uncertain.
Exactly.
Let's introduce another useful sentence pattern.
You can say, I've overcome challenges before and I can do it again.
That's a powerful sentence.
For example, I've overcome challenges before and I can do it again.
Or, I've started over before and I can start over again.
These kinds of statements help create a healthier mindset.
Mindset is something we've talked about before.
Yes.
Mindset refers to the way we think about ourselves and the world.
And mindset influences behavior.
If you believe growth is possible,
You'll keep learning.
if you believe improvement is possible,
You'll keep practicing.
if you believe a better future is possible.
You'll keep moving forward.
Another important idea is that starting over doesn't erase your past.
That's a beautiful point.
Some people think a fresh start means everything before it was wasted.
But that's not true.
Every experience becomes part of who you are.
Every success,
Every failure,
every lesson,
every challenge.
all of it contributes to your growth.
Contribute is a useful word.
Contribute means to help create or improve something.
For example, every experience contributed to her development.
Or, small efforts contribute to long-term success.
So perhaps starting over isn't really starting from zero.
That's exactly right.
You're starting with more knowledge,
More experience,
more wisdom.
more self-awareness.
Self-awareness is another important concept.
Self-awareness means understanding your own thoughts, feelings, and behaviors.
For example, life experience increased his self-awareness.
Or, self-awareness helps people grow.
Earlier, we talked about courage, resilience, adaptability, identity, and the challenges that come with beginning a new chapter.
And now let's talk about something many people wonder when they decide to start over.
What's that?
How do you actually move forward?
That's a great question.
Because understanding the idea of starting over is one thing.
But living it is something else.
Exactly.
Many people know they need change.
But they don't know where to begin.
Sometimes they feel overwhelmed.
Overwhelmed is a useful vocabulary word.
Yes, overwhelmed means feeling that a situation is too difficult or too much to handle.
For example, I felt overwhelmed by all the changes.
Or she was overwhelmed by her responsibilities.
Starting over can sometimes feel overwhelming because people focus on everything at once.
The entire future.
Every challenge,
Every uncertainty.
every possible obstacle.
Obstacle is another useful word.
An obstacle is something that blocks progress or creates difficulty.
For example, every obstacle taught him something valuable.
Or, she learned how to overcome obstacles.
The problem is that when we focus on every obstacle at once, we become discouraged.
That's true.
We begin imagining problems that haven't even happened.
Sometimes the mind creates more fear than reality does.
That's such an important point.
Many people suffer twice.
What do you mean?
First, they suffer from the actual challenge.
And then?
Then they suffer from worrying about every possible future problem,
That's very common.
especially during periods of change.
Which is why focusing on the next step can be so powerful.
Not the next 100 steps.
Just the next one.
Exactly.
Sometimes progress begins with a single conversation,
A single application.
a single decision.
A single act of courage.
That's why small actions matter.
More than people realize.
Let's teach our listeners a useful sentence pattern.
Good idea.
You can say, I'm focusing on what I can do today.
That's a wonderful expression.
For example, I'm focusing on what I can do today instead of worrying about everything.
Or, I'm focusing on what I can do today to improve my future.
Native speakers often use expressions like this when dealing with stress or uncertainty.
Another important lesson about starting over is learning to trust the process.
Process is an excellent vocabulary word.
A process is a series of actions that lead towards a result.
For example, learning English is a process.
Or, personal growth is a long process.
I think many people become frustrated because they only focus on results.
That's true.
They focus on where they want to be instead of appreciating how far they've come.
Appreciation is something we often forget, especially when we're ambitious.
Ambitious is another useful word.
Ambitious means having a strong desire to achieve something. For example, she is ambitious and hardworking.
Or, he has ambitious goals for the future.
Ambition can be wonderful.
Definitely.
Sometimes people think they're beginning from nothing,
When actually, they're beginning from experience.
and that's a huge difference.
It really is.
Let's teach one final sentence pattern.
The pattern is, I'm giving myself permission to begin again.
Simple,
Natural.
powerful.
For example, I'm giving myself permission to begin again.
Or, I'm giving myself permission to create a new future.
Before we finish, let's do a little speaking practice.
If possible, answer these questions out loud.
First question, have you ever had to start over in life?
Second question, what new chapter would you like to begin?
Third question, what fears make starting over difficult?
Fourth question, what strengths have helped you through challenges in the past?
Fifth question, what does a fresh start mean to you?
Try answering using some of today's vocabulary.
Words like resilience,
Adaptability,
courage,
gratitude,
confidence.
possibility.
Speaking out loud helps these words become part of your active English.
And discussing life experiences is wonderful practice for real conversations.
Before we finish, let's quickly review what we talked about today.
We discussed uncertainty, courage, resilience, adaptability, patience, confidence, and personal growth.
We learned useful vocabulary and natural English expressions related to change and new beginnings.
Most importantly, we explored the art of starting over.
Because starting over is not a sign of weakness.
It's often a sign of courage.
It's a sign of hope,
It's a sign that you're still willing to grow,
still willing to learn.
still willing to believe that something better is possible.
Life rarely follows a perfect plan.
There are unexpected turns,
Unexpected endings,
unexpected opportunities.
unexpected beginnings.
But every beginning carries potential,
Potential is another beautiful word.
because potential reminds us that the future has not been written yet.
No matter where you are today,
No matter what mistakes you've made,
no matter how many times you've had to begin again,
there is still possibility ahead of you.
there is still growth ahead of you.
There is still life ahead of you.
And sometimes the most important decision a person can make is simply this:
To begin,
to take one step forward,
to trust the process.
and to believe that a new chapter can be created.
Now it's time for our question of the day.
What is one area of your life where you're ready to start over?
Write your answer in the comments.
You can begin your sentence like this:
I'm ready to start over by...
We always enjoy reading your answers.
It's a wonderful way to practice your English writing skills.
If you enjoyed this episode, please like, comment, and subscribe to Chill English channel.
Thank you for joining us today.
Keep practicing a little English every day.
Keep growing.
Keep learning.
And remember,
No matter how many times life changes,
no matter how many times you must begin again.
every new beginning carries the possibility of something beautiful.
Goodbye, everyone.
See you next time.